Yo, what's going on, Fit Fam? Welcome back to another episode of the Nashville Fit Magazine podcast, brought to you live from the Game Day Men's Health Studio. And I'm back. We finally got my girl Suntan Sav back.
Oh my gosh.
What's going on? We're back from Miami.
Well, we're feeling good now.
Speaking Spanish or anything now? What's going on?
No,
How you feel?
I really would love to learn Spanish. But yeah, no, Miami was great. Do I really look tan? That's really nice of you. You're just being nice.
tell me more about my eyes. Like, do I really look tan? Tell me how tan I look.
I didn't really get out to the beach much. I did, and when I did, it was cloudy. I was there for like work essentially.
Yeah.
So
what were you there for? What were you doing?
I was coaching at a kettlebell festival called Bellfest, and it is so much fun. And I've attended. It was the third one ever.
Okay.
They do them twice a year. And had gone to the first two, changed my life. Just met a bunch of people who love kettlebells like I do. And you learn a lot from all these people. And then I got to coach this year, which was really special for me. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. But it was a lot of like, because you meet a bunch of people the first time, and then like you're friends on Instagram, and then you get to know each other over time, and then you see each other again, and you're just like, oh my God, we're all together for 2 days. We have to cram as much time together in 2 days as possible. And we're doing this kettlebell stuff, so we're in a gym all day.
So how many hours a day are you training? Like, or are you together?
Oh, you're basically like moving the entire time.
Okay.
You're doing kettlebell stuff the entire time. And I had to like pace myself and like, because like, there's just, it's like organized chaos in a way. There's classes, but then there's people over here like doing flows together, and people over here doing complexes. And it's just a really, really cool event where just a lot of like-minded people are around, and all kinds of skill levels. All kinds of people from all over the place, people from across the world come to it now. And hopefully they're going to bring it to Nashville at some point. So you'll get to see it yourself.
Okay. You're pitching it to come to
I'll
Nashville?
teach you how to flip some kettlebells.
Let's flip some kettlebells. You know, I like my smile. So I try not to throw weights too often. You know, I don't want to hit myself in the face.
I feel you. I feel
you know, I'm like, because I have a really big smile. So if I'm missing teeth, you'll see all of them. Well, tell me more about my smile, Sam. You know, no. Also, bro, we are, today's sponsor is Dr. Sleep Fit. And nobody is sleeping, apparently. I'm definitely not sleeping. And so we want you guys to check out, make sure you check out his book, Nobody's Sleeping. So we want to make sure that we zoom in. This is my camera, Trent, or this, boom. There we go. All right, we got that in. I was told to make sure I got that in. But now we want to make sure we bring in our guest. Today's guest is like, she is one of my favorite people in Nashville. I'm not even going to lie to you. And super dope trainer, entrepreneur, hustler of the year. Like literally nobody out hustles this woman. I say I'm the hardest worker, but I think she out hustles. Like one thing she's gonna do is find a way to get some money and find a way to hustle. No matter what. Arguably the second flyest trainer in Nashville. Arguably, you know, we'll let y'all vote on that. That'll be one of the categories in the next magazine. But first, before we jump into your story, Tara, with Tara Training's Corner. Not Tara. I said Tara Training Corner. With Tara Training Studio. We want to jump to the basket of debate. Now, this basket is open-ended question. Okay. All right. So we'll all pick one. We'll read it out loud. No, you can read it first to make sure you don't mess it up. I know reading out loud gets people nervous sometimes.
I got one.
Okay. And then. We'll all kind of give our opinion on whatever that thing is. I don't know. We don't know what it is. All right.
Okay.
Sav, since you're been gone for like 18 weeks, you wanna go first?
I love that I have that much impact on you that I'm gone.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Terry's cool, but you know, he's not.
He's not more.
It's not Sav.
Ain't nobody Sav, but ain't nobody Gerell either. So
talk dirty to me, Sav.
All right, guys. Which do you prefer during a workout? Drinking fountain, water fountain, or your trusty water bottle or sports drink?
Yeah, I'm not doing a water fountain.
I will do it if I'm desperate and don't have my water bottle.
I'll go without water. Until I get to my bottle. Yeah.
Because I couldn't find my water bottle, and I was like, whatever. And I was working out, and I go over to the water fountain at Carbon, and like, I felt like I was like propelled back to middle school. Yeah. And I was like, I don't know what he's watching me. Why am I embarrassed of this? I don't know. But I need water. So
see, I'm the opposite. I'm like, I don't know who's been drinking out of this water fountain. And so I'm literally like, I forgot my bottle in the car. And I was being lazy, and I was like, I'll just finish it without it. Then mid-workout, I was like, the water fountain was calling me. I was like, I can't even do it though, bro. Like I just,
You're a bigger man
yeah. I was
than
like,
me.
I can't do it though. What about you? Because you have your own studio, water bottles.
Yeah.
No matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay.
I saw this kid one time in middle school put his whole mouth around it. And ever since I saw that, I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, who raised you, kid? Like, what's going on, man?
Like, what's
going on?
You know, you need that much direct contact.
Listen,
anyway,
I got other questions about that kid,
Right.
but we'll stop. I'll stop while I'm ahead.
Moving on.
And so on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, rate your last workout. I worked out this morning. It was actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I'll probably give myself like a 8.
Okay.
8 out of 10 this
Do you ever
morning.
have a 10? Would you ever rate your workouts a 10?
Probably not.
I feel like you would.
Some set is not gonna be my best, or something's gonna be aching, or something's gonna be going on.
You're
so I'll
like
probably never get a 10.
you're competitive in type A, and I.
Come try Burn Boot Camp East Nashville for 7 days free. We offer unlimited 45-minute trainer-led workouts that are a mix of strength, cardio, and conditioning. You'll never do the same workout twice. We have complimentary child watch so busy families can get their workouts in. We can also provide complimentary one-on-one meetings with the trainer to set and reach your goals, which includes body analysis, nutritional guidance, and much more. Burn Boot Camp East Nash is the most supportive community you will ever find. We want to help you reach your goals. We never charge late fees or cancellation fees. Give us a try for free today.
Yeah.
Like you probably never reach a 10 for yourself.
Yeah.
It might be a 10 to someone else, but you're like, no,
Right.
I can always do better. Yeah.
Because you always compare yourself to you in your prime,
Right.
So it's like
Yeah.
10 years ago I would have. It's like so yeah.
Yeah.
So now I'll probably never get a.
Yeah.
What
What about
so
you,
8
Tara?
is pretty good.
7.58.
When was your last
Okay.
workout? This morning? You already worked out? Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. I want to know what you guys did because I really wish I could rate my workout yesterday, but it wasn't the last workout I did. And the last workout I did was today, and it was a Fit Factory class because I was there and I didn't feel like thinking for myself. And there was a class going on. It was great. It's not what I typically do, but I needed it.
Yeah.
So I would rate it probably around an 8 as well.
Okay. All right.
I definitely could have done better, like performed better, but the workout itself was I'm gonna knock it down to a 7 for my performance.
The more you think about it, so you're that way. You're like,
Well,
oh.
my workout, so the workout was great.
Yeah.
But my performance with it could have been better.
Okay.
For sure.
Last but not least, what you got?
Are you in or out 3-leg workouts a week?
Ooh.
Wait, what was it? 3
3-leg
workouts?
Are you in
workouts.
or out?
Oh, in 1,000%.
Yeah. Depending on the week and what your goals are. But yeah, I'm gonna hit legs I won't hit 3 leg workouts. I'll hit legs 3 times, at least 3 times a
Yes.
week, if that makes sense.
Yes, I'm with you there. Same.
So I have 2 leg workouts and I have like a front squat day. But that's really my shoulder day. But I do front squats and then move into shoulders.
Do you do like push on? Like, is it like a push concept? You said shoulders and front squat.
Yeah, well, sure. No.
Okay,
No.
so that's not what you're thinking.
No,
of. Okay.
no.
Okay.
No, it's just I'll never go and like. So on my back day I do deadlifts. So I don't do deadlifts on my leg days, and on my front squat days, I don't have like just a shoulder day. I don't do like a bodybuilder split. So while my legs are fresh, I can front squat and then finish off with my shoulders.
I like that, yeah.
So that's kind of how I have it
Right.
organized right now. So it's not necessarily a push because a push would be like my chest day. And,
Sure. Yeah.
Chest
I
and
feel you.
tries, all that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Man, let's jump into.
I didn't answer
Wait,
the
she didn't
question.
Oh, you didn't? I'm sorry. My bad. Oh, you see how
I
I'm
am
excited.
waiting
My
to
bad.
hear
My
Tara's
bad.
answer.
Yes.
Excited.
What you got?
No.
No.
Okay.
You hit legs like every day though.
Right in October we are, but my
Okay.
my knees they're swollen now. They're not going for that.
Not going for 3 leg days. No, it's not gonna happen.
What happened? What's
I've
going on? with your
had
knees?
meniscus and ACL surgery in both, but I stopped rehab too soon. And this one, and I didn't realize it until
You're my ideal client.
years later. Yeah, give me that. Give me them quads. And these legs, they're strong, but they do not look it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's kind of I'm like an unassuming body type, like for what I do, like strength training and stuff.
Right.
And I love that, like with clothes on, people are like, oh, she's cute. And then like when you do your thing, people are like, oh, that's what I like about it.
Right,
so I know you probably are in the gym, like, you know, maybe you think that your legs don't look strong. You're wearing pants right now, so I can't tell. But I guarantee you go in the gym and people are like, whoa, okay, she's strong. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Can I jump into it now?
Yeah, let's
okay.
go.
My bad. I'm sorry. I was just, getting ahead of myself. I think I'm just gonna jump into like the good stuff, right?
Let's go.
We've already talked about training, and we know that she's a trainer and that she owns her own studio in Antioch. But I think the question that the people really want to know is, how did you get your hair to grow back so fast? Because it's like one day.
I'm not sensitive about it. So we can talk about it. I cut my hair like a year and a half.
I was gonna say, what are we even talking?
I know you don't know. Yeah, I know. She knows. No.
And I put them back in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you just? It is. I know. You kept them. You kept them. It's not. Yeah.
It's my hair. I kept it. My wife made me keep it in.
Yeah.
I put it back in.
So I'm from Florida, so I see people do that all the time, where they may like cut their hair just for a different look, and then they just save their hair, and then they just reattach their dreads just so they don't have to start back over.
Right,
Okay.
right.
So I see it. Yeah, it's a cheat code. So you get, she went what, like a year? A year and a half?
Yeah.
What made you cut them initially?
I needed something new. I had been growing.
Because you have been growing for forever.
15 years. That's a long time to keep the same hairstyle. So I was curious about my texture. I was curious about my head shape. So I went for it. And I really didn't think I would ever go back. My wife begged me to keep them. I was like,
to keep your dread? Just to keep them?
Yeah. Put them back in.
Yeah.
Never say never.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're there now. They're awesome.
How did she feel about the low haircut? No, the low haircut.
You know what? She ended up, it grew on her.
It grew on, okay.
And then I changed it again.
And she was like,
change it again.
And then she was like, you back. Hey, boo. Yeah, come here.
Yeah.
About time.
Like
I don't know who that other person was.
Yeah.
Like,
So you were like bald for a while.
No, like just a fade. Like, you see how the sides
But
are?
like,
So
short.
Yeah.
Like buzzed.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you have the right head shape for it, though.
It ain't too big.
No, you have the perfect head for it. Like,
it's okay.
There's like I'm terrified of the idea of shaving my head.
Yeah.
I do not have the right head shape.
Here's the thing though, she turned into like a light skinned dude. Like every video she did, she was like, so yeah, guys, y'all gotta make sure y'all getting in the gym, like, and just make sure, like, it was never a video without a brush or the little sponge
That's
joint
such
to
a
make sure.
vibe,
She was like, she'd be walking around coaching. Hey man, y'all need to squat lower to make sure. Like it was.
He's not lying.
I love
He's
that.
so telling the truth.
No, man. Let's jump back a little bit. How did you get into actual training? I don't even think I know the answer to this. How did you?
You might have heard this story on my social media, but I haven't told a whole lot of people. It's because it's kind of funny when I say it out loud to people, but I knew somebody that knew somebody that had connections with the Chicago Sky. Basketball was my first love. I was so naive thinking, Tara, you haven't finished D1 school. You didn't play for a D1 school. You really think you got a chance to play at a high level? In my head, I did. I think I'm tall enough. I think I'm fast enough. All of that, right? I'm in my mid-20s, and like I said, I knew somebody that knew somebody, so they would have walk-offs, like tryouts. So I registered. So I'm in the gym because I had already torn one ACL at this point.
Wow.
So I'm in the gym rehabbing my knee, just trying to get back.
Wait, hold up. So you had already done this and you still, in your head, were like, yeah, I'm totally capable.
Right.
That's so cool because a lot of people let that bring them down.
Right. But like I said, naive.
Well,
very naive. So,
we're ambitious.
Yeah. And
however you want to look at it.
Exactly. So I'm in the gym and people are watching me work out and they're like, hey, can you train me? Never desired to be a trainer in my life. And I'm like, I'm not a trainer. I'm just trying to get in shape. The more I said no, the more people that would approach me day to day.
Wow.
Still wasn't hitting me.
So you're going to have to teach me how to do that.
Right.
I'm just kidding.
They let too many people register for the trials. So if you registered after a certain date, you couldn't come. So the assistant coach, I'll never forget this call. 2 days before my plane leave, assistant coach from Chicago Sky calls me and says, hey, we invited too many people. If you register over this date, you can't come.
That sucks.
I have no goal. I got a degree in graphic design, associate degree in graphic design. I'm good. I can draw anything I see, but I don't want to do it. There's no passion behind it. So I'm like, what am I going to do? Still going to the gym, though, right? I finally say yes. I need some money at this point because I don't know what I'm going to do. That one yes, it's like I didn't even have to try.
Wow.
It just came.
Yeah.
1 turned into 10, 10 turned into 35, 35 turned into 100, and here I am.
Yeah.
I take no credit.
What do you think it is that like drew people to you so quickly and so much?
I have to say it's my personality, because at the time I didn't know what I was doing. It's not like, oh, Terry, she's so knowledgeable about what even when I met this guy, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just going with the flow. But people were drawn to my personality. I'm a people's person.
That's a
I'm the
huge
person,
important thing to talk about. Yeah.
Talking to you in the grocery store that you don't know. I'll start a conversation with anybody, and I think it makes me relatable. Then I have a sports background. Then I'm born and raised in Nashville, so a lot of people know me. So it just kind of fit. I think I'll tell people all the time it was definitely God's plan, because when I look at it now, it's like, oh, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I see it now.
I mean, he was sending you
it.
people. Like, you need to do this. Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. And I think a part of it is like you have a very nurturing energy. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, definitely outgoing personality, but like your people, I think they come to you for everything, which is good and bad sometimes, right?
Yeah,
So they come to you for everything, whether it's inspiration, whether it's therapy session, whether it's, motivation, everything. I hear you talk about, even on your social, like just, hey man, I ain't got it today, y'all. Don't come here with that. Like today I'm tired. I got stuff going on too. I don't got, so here's like very upfront, right?
People appreciate when the right people appreciate when you set boundaries. And when you're like, I can't today. I'm at my limit, and people are like, oh, that gives them permission to also have limits and like be able to be like, okay, I don't have to like grind myself into the dirt today because my coach doesn't do it all the time to herself. So yeah.
Right.
Again, jumping back, I'm one of the few that have been able to watch, the majority of the journey, not the whole thing, but the majority of it. I remember seeing, you would have, because you've always kind of done the group thing. It would be 3, it would be 5, and then it would be a nap, and then it would be 20, and then it would be 30, and then you're like, hey, G, how many people you got? Because I got 40 people out here real quick. Can you carry me? I'm like, yo, go ahead. Like, seeing that growth, and then also in the middle of that growth, having to make a hard pivot. Talk to us about like having to start your own gym, the faith that it took to go with that, and even, tell us a story. I know it. I know everybody doesn't know it, but even like the first couple months you hit tragedy, right? Yeah. Like, so let's just tell us a little bit about that.
So at Training Corner with Gerell, and the gym is closing, and we didn't really get a huge notice. I had a lot of clientele, can't really put a number on it, but I worked full time at Bridgestone. So I'm working 6 at night to 6 in the morning, but I also have a full time training squad. So I'm like, okay, where are my people gonna go? It's too many people relying on me, and also the money that would be missed if I just said, you know what, I'm gonna be done with it. Because I still don't have a vision at this point. I'm just training and working and training. So I just started driving. I'm pulling up in different plazas, looking at the for rent sign, calling them. Came across one in Antioch. It was so simple. He was like, this is the rent. You pay this. And it was just like, okay, it was a lot. The amount was like, but I had a job. So in my mind, even if clientele fluctuated, I work overtime, I'll do what I got to do, and I'll make it work. Not realizing if I had just got a business plan, set those goals aside, you need to make this much money, you can just quit this job and make this work. Still wasn't thinking like that. So a lot of people feel like I stepped out on faith. To me, I honestly don't, because I had a job. And if I didn't have a job, that would have been a big jump, because I think I was paying Dion maybe $500 a month. It's 2 clients, to be honest.
Right.
So it's not a lot. But to go over, I think when I opened that gym, I was paying $3,200. That's a big jump.
That's a huge jump from 500.
On top of my own bill. So I guess in a way.
What was your first? What was the length of your first lease?
The length, 3 years.
Yeah.
So
that's why I say step out on faith.
Yeah,
it wasn't
the way it was.
It wasn't like, oh, I got a job, but it's like, this is a 3 years. This ain't like, oh, I'm a day to day, month to month. I can just say, forget that, start back. It's like, no, I'm locked in regardless for 3 years.
Then I didn't have any trainers. It was just me. And my size was, I think my gym is 3,250 square feet. So that's a lot of space for just one trainer. So it's just me, So I guess in a way, I did kind of just trust that it was going to work out. I was right.
Yeah, 100%.
And it did.
It did work out. It did.
100%.
Wow.
Yeah, it did.
That's huge, because I'm sure people have tried it before, and I think fear gets in the way a lot for people. It sounds to me like you're like a go for it person.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta figure it out. It's either you
can't think too long. You adapt or die. I say that all the time, but like you can't think too long about it. I'm somebody that does procrastinate making decisions, because I'm like, I overthink. And I'm like, well, pros, cons. And it's like, you paralyze yourself if you think too much about it. And you sound like somebody who's thought about it, but like, and maybe you've learned some things, like maybe you've made mistakes in whatever that you've learned from, but like, initially, if you want something, you have to go get it, and you just have to go for it. And like somebody was talking to me about getting a dog the other day, and I'm like, I keep putting it off because I'm like, can't afford it, it's already hard enough to afford my life with myself, and it's a whole, living thing that I would want to take good care of. I don't want to just half-ass it. I want to like be a good dog parent, but like, I was talking to this friend, and she said, honestly, like you figure it out. You.
Like a parent.
If you want it, you do it, and it's you might make some mistakes, but you figure it out. Yeah.
That's the nature of it.
Yeah.
It's like being a parent.
Yeah.
But I think when you said you met COVID, right?
No,
I
was talking about the flood.
Oh man, what a time! What a
flood.
time! 2010.
No, not the Nashville flood. Her gym flooded after she. But I'm trying to get her. You're trying to walk her into it. Yeah.
That it's funny because I'm thinking COVID, but you're right, that was the first disaster. So I'm open 2 months. Now my gym, I took my whole savings. So turf is nice because I knew exactly how I wanted my gym coming from the gym that we were at.
You had a vision.
Yeah, rubber, the equipment. I didn't have a lot of equipment, but I knew from the other gym I didn't need a lot of equipment. I just needed space. So one of my trainers threw a medicine ball. Knocked the sprinkler head off.
What is it with people with medicine balls? That happened to Carbon too.
Man, he knocked the sprinkler off. And a sprinkler, when you knock a sprinkler head off, it comes out like a fire hydrant.
Oh, great.
So my gym flooded within 5 minutes.
Oh, my
Fire department
God.
gets there pretty fast, but they couldn't find where you shut the water off.
Yeah.
So I'm standing there in the middle of my gym.
Watching it get ruined.
And just watching. It's just like everything was just going down the toilet in that moment.
Oh, my
because
God.
I'm like, how do you come back from that? I've never really been involved in a flood. So I was like,
what's next?
Pretty sure I can't use this floor. Man, it was posted on social media. The community cashed at me for the next 48 hours. I think I made $1,500.
Wow.
In like 2 days. The guy that knocked the sprinkler head off, he paid to get that replaced and all the training. By this time, I had hired 3 trainers. We all came in and we cleaned. They dried the turf out and it was okay. It was like it never even happened.
Pause for a second. That says so much about you.
What's that?
Like, I hardly know you, but that says so much about you that like when this happened, you had a million things you could have done. Like, okay, I can, I don't know what to do right now. You put it on social media. Your community did not hesitate. That says a lot about you because a community wouldn't do that if they didn't really care about you because you obviously have cared about them. They wanted to get back to you. And then your trainers, that says even more because if they willingly wanted to clean and be there and help you, like, this is like a really crappy situation for everybody involved, and it's like you're doing the best you can. You don't have much to go off. It's just like, if you want to help, like,
because he definitely thought he was going to get fired.
I would have too. I'm like, it's a wrap.
He just knew I was going to let him go, and I guess a lot of people probably would have in that situation.
Sure. And maybe it's looking out for themselves a little bit, and that's fine. But like, they have other places they can go. It's not like you're the only gym. They can go to another gym and just be like, oh, well, you're flooded. Okay, I'm gonna go over here. Like, but instead they wanted to help you fix it and clean it up. That says a lot about you.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Well, let's go ahead. Let's go to COVID now. Let's talk about that. I mean, you talked a little bit about it. That was tough for everybody.
Fix.
What year was the flood?
2019.
2019. Okay. So when did you open the gym? It was 2019. You opened the gym in 2019. Then.
Right. COVID happened 2019 too. Yeah.
Well, the end going to 2020.
Going into 2020.
Right.
Yeah.
It forced me to adapt because I never did virtual. People ask, but it's like it's time consuming. You can't charge half of what you could charge if it was face to face. It's just something else to add to my plate. So I would always say no to virtual, but it forced me to adapt and think outside the box, and people appreciated that because people really wanted to work out, especially since they can't do anything else.
Can't do literally nothing else. Yeah.
So I went online. Now obviously I didn't charge anything. I really charged enough to keep them engaged. I had money. I was smart with my money because at the time I still was working at At Bridgestone.
Bridgestone.
So I just took there, paid my bills because I didn't get checks or anything like that, and I didn't miss a dime.
Good.
I didn't miss a dime, and not so appreciative to that I didn't. A lot of businesses did not make it.
Nope.
You know, through COVID. So I thank God that I was not one of those people that got crossed off the list.
Yeah, with COVID and just the revitalization of Antioch, what made you stay there? Because you've grown. A lot of people have left that area for different reasons, whether the business is closed or they just went to a new location. What made you plant the flag in Antioch?
But you know what? Well, when I initially found the building, it was like, let me take who will take me.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking it's a harder process in renting out a building, but it's really not.
Yeah.
They just want to know that you can pay the rent.
Yeah.
That's really all.
That's good to know.
You know what I'm saying? That matters. I don't even think I had a tax ID for my business. No, I didn't. I didn't. It was just about, can you pay the rent? But that area, I want to say that area showed me love, but I really have clients that come from a little
everywhere.
bit of everywhere. But it's a growing area. And I still didn't have a plan. Now that I got a plan, I'm looking like, I can't keep paying rent here because it's so high in Antioch now. You think you in Hendersonville or Franklin or something. It's like, it's so high. So it's like, I cannot.
I would not have assumed that.
It's high.
Well,
Interesting.
you have to if you understand the way gentrification works, things go low, then they go high because they're trying to get everybody out of there so that other people can come
So they
in
can
there.
gentrify it.
So the country, so
That makes
so
sense.
other companies can come in
that's
and
so
do what they need to
savage.
do. So so they price you out, so they try to force you to move. Like, I
Makes
can't
total
pay that,
sense.
whether it's with taxes or with just the the lease or the in general. Like, that's why a lot of businesses are closing now. Just like even like the moms and pops of Nashville who've been in places for 20 years, they just go up $10,000 on the lease.
Hey,
The new lease is gonna be $20,000 a month.
Well,
and you're like, there's no way I can do that selling food plates.
And
You know what I mean? Like, I can't do that selling fish. Like,
Nashville's growing up, right?
Yeah.
We can't really we have to grow out at some point because the infrastructure here sucks, right? Like it's like we're not on a grid, which makes it really hard to expand. So that's why we see all these apartment buildings going up, So
many.
And so, but at some point you can't add, things on top of each other that much. So we're going to have to go out to Antioch and Bellevue and all those outside places. Makes sense,
Now I'm at a crossroads.
Okay.
Because I want to buy.
Okay.
Now I got to buy some land or buy a building. I have to ask myself, do you want to stay out here?
Yep.
You want to go somewhere else? And that's not going to be an easy decision because I got people from Rutherford County and you got people coming from downtown areas. So but I've also learned that people, if you're good at what you do,
people will come.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and the people. What I've even learned is the people that you'll lose will be replaced by other people.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. And so, like, you have your core group of clients who you can go to Memphis and they're gonna be. I'll be there on Friday, Saturday. I can't do it during the week. Like, it don't matter. Like, they're gonna be there. And then you build around them and everybody else kind of supplements. Like, you're gonna get new people just because. I've never missed a client.
Right.
God always sends somebody else.
Right.
One person walk out, two walk in. Like, and it's like it's literally
never
always
worry
that.
about it.
It's literally always that
There's
way.
always a need.
Yeah.
There's always a need for people to
work out.
be healthier,
Health,
and
I
as
agree.
long as there's a need for that, there's always a need for trainers,
And you're good at what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do have to be good at it.
Yeah.
That is a key part of it, but they'll always be there.
Yeah.
And professional.
And professional.
professional.
Yeah, and
and a good
professional.
person,
Stay
all
there
that.
for a second because we've had our own conversations, call them backroom conversations or it actually, in the gym conversation when we were working out or whatever, just about and I'm gonna take a strong left, Sav. I just want you to know this, okay?
Let's go.
Especially black trainers in Nashville, right? There aren't a lot of good black trainers in Nashville. It's not a lot of good trainers successful.
Yeah.
Not a lot of good trainers in Nashville, period. But definitely because there's so few of us, there's even few that are successful and that would be considered good. Like, I would send my mom or wife or somebody there to go train.
Right.
Talk to me about growing up in Nashville, understanding even the culture of Nashville and how it changed, but also understanding like what it's like being a black female gay. So make sure I use the right terminology. I want to make sure I use the right terminology. I was like, gay. Okay.
Gay.
Trainer in Nashville and what that's like. Because I know what it's like being just a straight male trainer in Nashville, so I can only imagine what
I know what
it's
it's like to be a lesbian female, but I'm white.
Right,
you know?
Right.
So I'm very curious because like we have some similarities, but I'm white, you know? Like, so it's...
Believe it or not, and some people may or may not agree with this, but I think that a lot of men in the industry are intimidated by my sexuality, which is so irrelevant, but it's my demeanor or something, because I don't get a lot of they don't draw to me as they should.
Yeah,
especially with me being a.
Do you think it's because you're gay or because you're a woman?
Maybe a little bit of both.
Okay.
Maybe because I'm a gay woman. Because,
I think the sexuality piece does have something
you
to do
do?
with it.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know, we're in a male dominant field. So I'm black. I'm already gonna be put in a box. You're black and you're gay. Oh, now you're in a different box. Yep. You're black, gay, and a woman. Now you're going in a whole nother box. So it's a whole lot of boxes. For them to sort through and try to get to who Tara is. But honestly, I feel like, you know, the right opportunities come to the right people when God sees fit. But I hate that there is this. It seems like it's a stigma a little bit with black trainers. Period. Mostly males. No offense.
Go ahead. What kind of stigma?
The professionalism is just not where it should be. Black males are known to be some of the most athletic individuals in the world. So it's not that we're not knowledgeable or not good at what we're doing. It's just that we're not professional. We don't put things in order so we can elevate and reach the next level.
Don't understand business.
Yeah, don't understand business. We're not willing to put in the work that it takes to elevate that I think other cultures are. You know, prime example. I mean, even me, it took me years before I even got my certification because I didn't know what I was doing. It was like, okay, what direction are you going in? But if I had a plan and took it very serious, I would have known. You should have been had your certification way before I got it. But you got trainers that's been in the game 30 years. You would never know. They don't have the certification.
Do you feel like, and I'm going to try and figure out what I'm actually trying to ask, but do you feel like, because you mentioned you didn't know exactly what you were doing, you kind of had like the rug pulled from under you when you did get the basketball thing. So it was like, I don't know if this is what I want to do. I'm stepping into it because it seems like the only thing like that makes sense right now for me. Do you think that might contribute to why like the professionalism is like not quite there with black trainers?
I think a lot of us are jumping into these businesses thinking, we watch on that prime example, you can watch this man. He's doing this. He's doing this podcast. He's on TV. He's doing. Oh yeah, I want to be a trainer. Not looking at what all he's done to even achieve these things. So once I made the decision that I was going to train, I had a responsibility at that moment to get the certification. Right. Who knows where that would have taken me? But there's a lot of opportunities I had to pass on because I didn't have a certification. So luckily for Dion, you know, he accepted me and took me under his wing. And really, if it wasn't for Dion, I would have known that I was good at it. I just was going with the flow, and he was telling me. He said, "You got a theme. You have the it." Yeah. I still didn't know what it meant at the time.
Yeah, you never do.
You think, along the same lines, do you think like maybe, well, if Dion was a white man, do you think that would have happened?
I think if Dion was a white man, he would have held me to a higher standard.
Interesting. That's not
really.
That's
you very interesting.
But then again, I haven't worked on an entrepreneur level for a white man.
Why do you think that?
Just the way they carry themselves. They usually have their ducks in a better role.
Oh, they seem like it.
No, I'm talking about my peers.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And I'm 42. I just look like this. So, you know, so from the elbows that I've rubbed, and I've met a lot of black trainers. I would send my mom to them. I would send my mom to you. Yeah. I would send my mom to Dion. But I can't name 10, and I'm born and raised in Nashville. Yeah. Can't name 10.
So here's my question, and I was gonna go anyway, but y'all went here already. But so let's go ahead and do it. Here's my question. Do you think it is because, especially when we started, right? We didn't have an example of who to follow.
Right.
I knew plenty, and we've interviewed Gunner, right? Gunner.
That's been on my mind.
Gunner was my, like, he's a white dude. I think Gunner's in his 60s, but he's crushing it in LA. He just moved here, and we ended up interviewing him. But trained like any and everybody, right? Used to be strength and conditioning coach for the Lakers, Kardashians, like literally everybody, right? I didn't know any black trainers. Only person I knew was Billy Blanks, and I knew me and Billy had nothing in common, right? I was like, the last thing I want to be is a Billy Blanks. Financially, 100%.
And Sean,
Yes.
I don't know who that is.
Yes.
Yes. Shanti's a trainer, but again,
you've seen him for sure.
You've seen him.
Blake?
Insanity.
Perfect body.
Insanity. The guy who taught Insanity. Yeah.
You definitely know him.
Yeah.
Wait, Shanti?
Shanti.
Yeah, Shanti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
okay.
I wouldn't. I don't think I have anything in common with Shanti either.
Right.
Shanti is a very feminine black man.
Right.
I am literally the opposite of that.
male.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so while we may be able to sit down and talk and we may get along great, just outside looking in, it's like,
Anything coming.
yeah, like career wise, absolutely.
Right,
but
right.
whose footsteps can I follow?
Right.
I ended up finding, we gotta get him on the podcast too. Terry, Joe. I don't know if you know Joe Johnson with Marathon Fitness. And he's like one of the few, and he's another one, super humble, quiet guy, just goes to work, doesn't talk to anybody, black trainer. He's older as well. And I literally used to go and watch Joe train. I used to go sit down and just watch him train. That's how I learned. Just literally to go watch him train, because he was training Bishop Walker at the time.
Okay.
He was training Eddie George, a lot of celebrities in Nashville. This is a smaller Nashville though, right? But he was training all of those people at the time. I would just literally go watch him. But he, same thing, would never tell anybody. It's just, he's in his own little bubble. And so that, I was blessed and I found him. I don't think as a community we have someone to emulate,
Right.
to say, oh, that's what I want to do.
agree.
Like all the things that I did is because I saw other people doing
agree.
it, right? I
agree.
was in LA. I was watching people in LA. I wasn't even thinking about
Right.
watching people in Nashville. Like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna bring that until I get to LA, because that was my move. Until I get to LA, I'm gonna start doing that here.
Right.
So I'm gonna get on TV. I'm gonna get, you know what I mean? I'm gonna do all those things. So I say all that to say, like, even now, like, I think about black trainers with everything that I do.
Right.
Every time I get a different gig or a larger scale job, I think about doing a job that I can sign my name to, because there's already a perception that comes along, even with me being a straight black guy with muscles and tattoos, right? Like, he's probably, because you always get the, you're so well articulated. I didn't, you thought I was just going to be a jock, right? Like, and that's fine too. I get it, right?
Yeah, right.
And so I guess the question I want to ask is, how important is it to you to lift as you climb, as you continue to
I love that.
to build what you're building, and your next steps? How often do you think about it at all?
Yeah, all the time.
Okay,
It's extremely important. The things that Dion instilled in me, like even from how he would just go and sweep every day. Just be like, why is he worried? Hey, honestly, why are you worried about that?
yeah,
You go in my gym. You've been in my gym, Terry.
yeah,
It's neat and clean every day, because I never know who's gonna walk through my doors.
Yep.
It's always ready for business. Presentation is key for me, right?
Yeah.
So with the trainers that I'm hiring, I'm doing just like Dion was doing. I'm just trying to put them on and elevate them so they can get to a higher place than me faster than what I got.
Yep.
So it's very important to me. Anybody that comes in my gym, but especially the black people in our field, because it's not a ton of us that are. There's a lot of us training, but how many of us are really just making some money and making some moves?
Yeah.
It's not a lot at all.
Yeah.
So and if you're not putting yourself in position, you can't help put other people in position.
Yeah.
We'll all just be down here wishing and dreaming.
yeah. And I think it's twofold, honestly. And I say this all the time. I think, again, you and I have had these conversations offline. I think a lot of times we pigeonhole ourselves, and we find our area, and then we stay there, and we refuse to, cross-pollinate, so to speak, right? Nashville is 80% white.
Right.
You
That's
are
what I was gonna
not
bring up.
going to you're not going to grow and become who you want to become in this city. This is not Atlanta.
Right.
You're
Right.
like, so you can watch the stuff in Atlanta all you want, but
Yeah.
you can't emulate that here because it's not Atlanta. Yeah, it's not here.
Yeah.
Nashville's 80% white. You're gonna have to get out of your bubble and go and meet more people and see what they're doing.
Right.
Let them see you and what you're doing, right?
Right.
And say, oh, yo, that's dope. I would love to have you on the Nashville Fit Magazine podcast,
That's the one
right?
here,
So
instead of saying no.
yes. And so, and even when you do, because, Terry have talked about this, like, oh, I reached out to such and such, and they just said they didn't want to do it because they're so
Comfortable.
or, like just don't want to be the token or the only. You get, like in Nashville, at some point, you're going to have to get used to being the only or one of the only black people or people of color in a room. That's the city that we live in, right?
Right.
And so I just think I think it's twofold. If the 80% never experiences the 20%.
Exactly, it's gonna stay like that.
It's gonna stay like that.
Yeah, I was exhausted coming today, and it crossed my mind for a split second, Terry. Your rest is important. You can't keep telling your clients how to prioritize rest.
Yeah,
and you don't.
And you run it. Yeah.
But I also looked at the bigger picture. I need to rub elbows with different people. I knew your co-host, or I don't know who's the host.
Yeah.
But I knew she was
a
white.
co-host. Yeah.
That matters. You know, I knew Terry is behind Nashville Fit, so that matters. So I looked at the bigger picture. I'm gonna have to rest later. I'll take a nap in my car.
Yeah,
I do.
but I think that part is a part of it.
I want to ask from like a white person's perspective is like, do you feel like, because I care about connecting with, and like we're having this conversation right now and I'm soaking a lot in, right? Like to know about what it's like to be a Black trainer in this town. Like, and that's something that I'm going to be more aware of after this conversation. But I can guarantee you there's a lot of white trainers and influencers in this town that they're not thinking about that at all.
Right.
Yeah. But they don't have to either.
They don't have to. That's white privilege.
Yeah.
So it's like, do you think that might have something to do with why maybe there might be more Black people out here in Nashville that are in fitness and might be inclined to, or are already training, maybe haven't taken the next step or gotten out of their bubble or intermingled with more of the 80% of white people because of like the fact that they're like, well, they don't care. Yeah. They're not looking at me. They don't want, like maybe it's like, not necessarily insecurity, but like there's a literal like wall that's like, am I going to be able to jump over this? Is anyone going to help me over this?
I think some of it is insecurity, 100%. But
for sure.
Again, to your point, if you're good at something, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it really doesn't matter if you're black, white, red, or yellow. Like talent recognizes talent. You know what I mean? Like when I met Terry, it wasn't, I'm trying to reach out to a white guy to put myself on. I was like, no, it's talent recognizes talent. You know what I mean? If I could if we're both doing muscle ups, it's gonna be like, hey, bro, that's cool. Hey, how many can you do? Let's see. Let's find out. Right. So it's so many times in the gym where people just.
But you have to know your own worth in order to be able to display that talent and get that out there. And I don't know that people show their talent as much because they might just feel like there's no point.
And see, I've never felt that way. I've never felt like it. Like if you're good, if you want, because I've always wanted to do things on a large scale. So you have to understand, outside of Atlanta, you're gonna be the one of the only. LA, wherever you choose to go in the world, it's okay though, right? And that's okay, right? Like, but somebody has to do it. Somebody, if you complain about there's no diversity, somebody has to go and be the only to show.
Very true.
Okay, well he's cool. Maybe there's more like him, right? Or she's good,
right?
Hey, where you say you train where? All right, I need to pop in there and see what what the vibe is like over there. Right. And then that's how you learn. That's how you grow. And like I have a friend of mine. Like you'll laugh. I have a friend. She challenged me to do a full workout to Creed. Only a Creed playlist, right?
Who is this person?
So she was like, she's like, I'm telling you, it's the best thing ever.
Next level?
Yeah. I don't know. I'll tell you.
Okay, tell me later.
But she was like, I'm telling you, it's the best thing, because we're talking about playlists, right? But again, I went to a PWI, so I'm used to like, I didn't listen to Creed. Because I was talking about how I hate.
Not your vibe.
I hate like metal. Like that drives me nuts. Like metal drives me nuts. And she's like, try Creed. She's like, it's like a baby step to metal. I was like,
honestly, that's kind
I was like, all right, is that right? Is that?
Terry's giving us a thumbs down.
Terry's like nowhere near. She didn't say Nickelback. She said Creed. Same thing. Same bucket.
I feel like it's like metal for people who hate metal.
Not relevant.
It's metal for people who hate metal.
Okay, well there it is. That's me then.
I
haven't done it yet, but I say that to say, like, the more conversations Sav and I have, the more conversations, like I'm the only black trainer at Next Level. The more conversations we have, like when something happens, which is, frustrating as well. Like when something happens in the world, like it's like, hey, what do you think about George Floyd? And I was like, what do you think I think? Like, but it's like I'm the only one, so they're trying to get the pulse of the black community. Like, is everything okay? Like, yeah, bro, I'm cool. Well, I heard about George Floyd. It's like I didn't know him, y'all. Like, I'm upset too, but I don't So it's, again, the more you're able just to have respectful conversations. I have clients of every demographic, gay, straight, Trump supporters, all full on like I have everybody. Yeah. And if we can have a conversation that begins and ends with respect, then I can have any conversation that there is.
That's the professionalism you were talking about.
But it's so it's that part, but it's also being comfortable and not being offended by everything. So someone says, "Hey, yeah, I support Trump, and here's why." Cool. That's your hey man. If you that helps you sleep.
Give me 20.
Yeah. Cool. Why do you support? Or why do you support Kamala? Like either or. It's not. I'm not just picking on Trump supporters, but either or, right? Like why do you support that person? If you can tell me a why and you believe it, and it's not rooted in my demise, cool. I'm all right. Right. We don't have to agree.
Yeah.
Right. We can agree, disagree. Like your money's still green, so we can rock.
Right.
Like so, let's still care. Like I don't care. Yeah.
That's you thinking like ahead of like, because I understand, politics and things like that get people very passionate about their own and they look at it from their own worldview. And I get it. I totally get it because we all have our own worldview here. Right. But when it comes to the professional workplace, when it comes to being in the gym, having clients in business, think about yourself in the long run. Like you might not agree with that person politically or whatever it is, but like in the long run, are you gonna be like, well, I can't train you because you XYZ? It's like, okay,
I think that's crazy.
Are you really helping yourself, or are you hurting yourself?
You're not crazy for small things, right? Like
we're not in the business of that. I don't think we get to. Oh, well, you believe in this? Well, I'm not gonna.
I don't agree with my wife on a lot of things, but I'm not gonna divorce her because I don't agree with her.
But we've had conversations where we agree to disagree, and there's mutual respect.
Yeah,
we agree to disagree, and it's like, I could take that personally all day and be like, okay, this person thinks I'm going to help, but then I have my own value system, and we're here to train, and this person deserves to be healthy, just like any other person on the planet that is seeking better health. Right. So it's like at the end of the day, like I'm going to train that person.
Yeah.
Not even going to blink an eye.
Very similar to myself, like 80 to 85% of your clientele are females, right?
Right. So confusing.
So I know it's like as a straight man with that ratio of clients, was it like on both ends? Is it the same? Okay.
Yes, the same.
That's my question. Yeah.
Women, we both know that the women, a lot of them, don't get me wrong, they want to get their bodies right, but a large proportion of them are signing up for the attention, the guidance, the accountability, but it's just like
I have a trainer.
Okay. Like, I have a trainer.
It's like you have that.
The bag, kind of like the
Yeah. So the women, it's just like being a man sometimes. It's like,
okay.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
How do you balance that?
I definitely think about the money. I think about the money. I'm not trying to do anything that's gonna mess up the bag.
Yeah.
Ultimately, because you mess up the bag, a lot of other part of
it gets messy fast.
It gets real messy fast, and then I'm gonna be in the box with the
man.
Trainers. I don't want to be in that box. But no, it's crazy because the comments, some women they'll tell you like, I just signed up because you're cute.
Oh, I wish that happened to me.
No, you don't.
Really, that's the reason. But
all right, hey, you here? Whatever gets you in here, whatever gets you in here, yeah.
Whatever, but
maybe one time, but that's it.
Yeah, but it's crazy because my style of training, you would just think that more men, but I understand it's hard for men to follow a woman, especially a dominant woman. They're iffy about
Talk about that. How do you even balance that?
It's grown.
Yeah.
They're starting to trust me a little bit better.
Do you train men harder than you train women? Be honest. Yeah, yes.
I don't know how not. You guys are men.
Well, they ask for
testosterone.
They ask for it. They want
some
it.
of them do. I get some punks sometimes, and it's like when I say punks, I don't mean.
No, I
mean I know soft men.
Yeah,
soft men.
Yeah.
I love this.
But I love the men that come in and they're like robots. They're my favorite client.
Yeah.
Just do
whatever you tell them.
Hey, climb on top of the building, do a backwards flip, then do a burpee and land on the handstand. They gonna do it.
Yeah.
I love those type of male clients. I love them. I don't get them. I get women.
And see, I think it's the opposite. I think it's actually the opposite. I think women, at least in my experience, women will do that before men will. Like women. No, whatever I say, she's gonna do. Right? They work harder. And so even when I get like guys. I stopped posting my clients as much, but when I get guys who like comment, I was like, bro, that's not what you want.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now. That one is not the one you want. Yeah, that's not the one. Don't come in here to like, I want to work out with her. No, you don't, bro. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. No, you don't.
Way harder than the man. On every level. I don't care what anybody says.
I agree with that. Yeah, no, I agree 100% with that. Yeah.
I've had on both sides, but more so from men. Although I've had really great male clients, and then I've had really great female clients. But have you ever had people who like train themselves? Like they pay you, and then they're like, "This is how I want to train." I'm like, okay, but like, I get what you know, and that's great. But like, why did you pay me? Like, why am I?
It's really easy money, but we sit there and like, no,
it's not for me because that's the same kind of like concept as like. No one's showing up to class, but you get paid anyways. I hate it. Like, I'm not the kind of person that celebrates that. Like, oh, free money. I'm like, no, I want to train people. If I'm going to be here, I want to do my job because I like it, you know? And it's like, so the clients who like train themselves, and I feel like the sexuality pieces come into play for me a lot with that.
Has it?
It's like when it comes to men more so because like.
You don't look gay.
Well, thank you, and I guess
I told her that was episode 1. I was like, oh shoot, she was like, well, I'm gay. I was like, tell me what you said. Well, I'm gay. I was like, really? Okay,
but it's not loud.
I had no clue.
The intimidation factor behind it. I think it's like I don't know how to like deal with this because you're not attracted to me. We're not attracted to each other. But like,
I was gonna say, but is it as a man? I think it would be harder. I could care less that you were gay. I think it would be harder. Just because you're a woman, especially if you're dogging me, especially if I know I can't keep up. Like I'm trying my best, and she's dogging me. Like that's
intimidation comes from other coaches.
Even if you're not attracted to me, like because you're a woman, I want you to be attracted to me, and I know there's no chance, no shot, right? Because even you say like, dude, still that doesn't stop dudes from trying to holler at you, right? Like
coaches are more intimidated or threatened than like clients.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, and then like. I'm not going to have a male client unless they want to train with me. Okay. So in that case, they're going to be more coachable. I already know it. If they're approaching me to train with me, then I'm already not worried about having to convince them that I can train them. And I want to because I'm a woman and you're a man. Like, doesn't matter. I want to train a man. Like, I like training men. It's fun for me. Like it's so fun, right? You can do so much. You can do so much with females too, but like it's more so on the other coaches, like my peers and coworkers. I've had like people dim me down because it's like, so you're cute. And it's because of the sexuality piece. It's the woman piece, but it's the sexuality piece too. Because they can't charm me or they can't like, you know, like they're straight up looking at me as competition, you know, and like. For some reason, I do think that there is something in the back of some, not obviously all, but like it's happened a couple times where I'm like, do they think I'm like, you know, like attracting clients or like that? It says something about like, that's not how I do things, you know, but.
Do you get that from women as well or just men? Like, do you guys get like, oh wait, you're gay? Okay, I don't want to train with you because
like Tara and I have had different experiences. We might have had similar, but What was the question? What
they're gonna be
like?
shocked,
So do you feel like your female clients fall back like initially when they may interview you or find out that you're gay? That oh no, I don't think I want to train with you. I'd rather have no. Okay.
No, no one's ever been. I've had plenty of very straight women, and I keep it professional. You know, like I'm not flirting with my clients. I don't flirt in the gym. We've talked about this. You know, I've had, and I'm like, you know, I get along with people in a way that's like, you know, I can be a girly girl, you know, and like, girl. And then I can be like a bro, like, let's go. You know, it's like whoever I'm talking to.
I think I have a balance too, but you don't know that till you get close.
Exactly. And like when people, like, I'm not in the business of making people uncomfortable, you know, and like, you know, if you're going to make yourself uncomfortable just because you know I'm gay, then that's your problem. But like that has not happened to me with guys or girls.
Okay.
I feel like, it's.
Right.
Okay. You know? I'm going to ask you one more question before we go to break. You're married.
Right.
And you're physical, but your wife is more mental. She is a life coach. Right. How does that work together?
Oh, that's cool.
She thinks it works amazingly.
She thinks. So she thinks.
The outside, I do the inside.
Yeah.
Honestly,
how is that?
A lot of clients from the gym have used her services because, like, as you guys know, that you're a trainer, you sign up to be a therapist, a priest, a partner. You know, is a best friend. You know, so a lot of people are bringing in some mental baggage. So I've been able to send her some clientele so she can help these people talk through whatever's holding them back from progressing. But no, I think it's dope because we're both, passionate about helping people. And that's not something that a lot of people care to do. This day and age. Everybody got their own problems. Like,
honestly, that's so valuable. To have that piece.
Does she help you at all?
Oh.
Like I have a wife that works in HR, right, and so she is. And I talk about this all the time. Like she is my HR director. So whether it comes down to a post, whether it's a business, I told her to read over this presentation one time. So hey, read over this, make sure there's no misspellings or whatever, because it was a PowerPoint, and I didn't want to have it on the board and something's misspelled. I said it wrong or. 30 minutes later, she redid my whole, like, hey, just want you to know, you had no pictures in here. It was like, I'm like, that's not what I asked you, but that's just who she is. Does your wife do the same? Like, hey, today seemed to be very heavy for you. Sit down and talk to me, right? Here's a glass of wine. You want to talk?
So my wife runs several law firms. She runs the HR department for several law firms. So paperwork side, my wife does everything. I could tell her right now, I need a new resume. I'm going to have it. In an hour and a half.
Y'all gotta
she handles every aspect of the paper side of me. I don't have the energy, the time to do that after pouring into all these, clients. And then I have an assistant that does.
Can I come work for you?
She's like, come on.
I got an assistant that does things in the gym, and then I got a right hand in the gym that if I'm finna do something business wise, we discuss it, first before I make a move. So it's always a woman on the backside of things, making sure that Terra training is running straight. But my wife, let me tell you what she does do for me. I come home to a clean house every day. I come home to a home-cooked meal every day. And people don't realize that after you're pouring all day long into so many different people, and you work out yourself, when you come home, you don't have anything to give. So it's like coming home.
Say it louder for the people in the back.
I'm coming home to a spa treatment, almost every day. And it rejuvenates me for my next day. So
I love that.
That's
for
what
you,
she.
man. That's
That's
awesome.
And see, I got in trouble for that. For what you just said. No.
Okay.
For not having anything left when I come home.
Yeah, I've gotten in trouble.
She's like, yo, you gotta save some for me.
You think
like, cause mine is like, and I'm a dude too. So it's like, and I'm a dude. Like, so she's like, how's your dad? I was like, it was cool. And then she's like, it was cool. Yeah, she's like, it was cool.
Yeah.
So what'd you do? Same old stuff. I train some people and then, so that's all I'm gonna get. That's all you giving me today?
Yeah.
That's all I just want to sit down and watch football. I don't really want to do feelings and emotions right now. Well, you gotta, then you gotta save some. So you gotta save some for me. Like you can't pour into everybody and then I get nothing. I get this shell when you come home. How do you manage that part of it?
I'm doing a lot better.
Okay, same.
After she brought to me, I'm just not getting enough of you, and it's just like in my mind, this is how we eat.
Break up.
This is how we take trips. This is how
we buy
same.
Gifts. Yeah.
So
all the stuff that you like is house. All this stuff.
Every day.
Love languages.
Slow down.
Love languages.
It's so big. No, but we went.
She wants quality time. You want to gift give.
Yeah. She also wants quality time and comfortable living. Right?
Yeah. Because they spoiled. She's spoiled. Yeah.
And when you're an entrepreneur, there's always that pressure of bringing in the same income or more every month.
This month was good, but I ain't sure about next month. It's up in the air.
I don't take the foot off the gas. And to me, in my mind, I have to make sure my clients are happy.
Yeah.
Even though I'm married and your wife's supposed to come first. I get that.
Yeah.
But
and technically she is. She is coming first. That's why I'm at work.
Yeah, I also feel like the person you marry is going to understand that about you. You know, like the person who loves you on that side of things is going to know that about you.
It got to the point where she just was not getting enough. So we had to prioritize date night once a week. And that's important. That's her day.
Yeah. There you go.
But
compromise.
I had to. Because she was like, I'm just, this is not.
Yeah, this is not, man.
She was,
been
so
there.
Me, I can definitely relate with you on that.
We're going to take a quick break and then we'll come back and wrap this thing up.
All right, cool.
Welcome to Game Day Men's Health in Green Hills in Nashville, Tennessee. We are a men's health clinic. We're doing a lot with testosterone replacement therapy. So welcome to our clinic. What you'll be able to do is get your blood work. We'll send it back to our in-house labs. We'll test your total testosterone, your PSA, and then your H&H as well. So we'll get those results within about that 20-25 minute mark. You'll be able to sit down with our licensed clinician and go over your results. We do a lot with medical weight loss, vitamin injections. We have a few ED services as well. And then we also do a lot with peptide therapy as well. and it is something that you want to move forward with, if it makes sense, you should be in and out in about 45 minutes.
We are back with Terra Training Studios. I meant to say Terra of Terra Training Studios. That's what I meant to say. We always like to leave our people with one thing that you want to leave our I said it backwards again.
Wait,
we always leave our guests.
Are we doing no
We are. Yeah, we are. We
okay.
are with one thing you want to leave our people with, right? So just something to put on top of your mind right now. But before we go into that, we want to go into what we call Stretch Your Intellect. And today is brought to you by Triathlon Gear, T3 Triathlon Gear. Now, this is a little different, T.
Okay.
This is a fact. Just the open-ended fact. Terry likes to make us read out loud for some reason. It's a great exercise, and it's
You learn something new.
so
every
it's just
day.
like it's just a random fact that Terry has found that we give to our people. So I'll start. You can read over yours. So mine is the fitness industry contributes heavily to plastic waste. Of course, many popular fitness supplements, protein bars, and single-use products contribute significantly to plastic waste. It's estimated that the supplement industry alone generates millions of plastic tubs, bags, and packaging materials that often end up in landfills. This is going to sound very insensitive, but I don't care. To be honest with you, by the time this planet implodes, I'll be gone. And that's up to my
about your daughter?
She'll be gone too.
Yeah, like,
We got a lot of years left before it happens. Yeah. I know it sounds bad. I'm a horrible person, guys.
No.
I know.
Hey, at least you're honest.
Yeah, but I'm honest. Yeah.
You're not gonna recycle those bottles.
Yeah, I don't care, babe.
No.
I'm send the trash. I'm not getting out of the trash.
I'm
It's
gonna
in
be
there.
really honest with you. My brother was really, really big on recycling, and the only reason I am like, I'm not good about it. Not nearly as good as he is about it. I try because he cared about it, you know.
Okay.
And that's, it's more of a personal thing there. But
I get it.
yeah,
I get it.
we're pretty bad in the fitness
Wanna go?
industry. Like water bottles.
Either one.
Okay.
You go ahead.
Cold pressed juice has longer shelf life. Cold pressed juices made with hydraulic press retain their nutrients longer compared to juices made with traditional centrifugal.
Yep. See, he gave you the good one. Good.
Yeah, juicers.
Big words in there.
Right. While centrifugal juices should be consumed immediately, cold press can last up to 3 to 5 days in the refrigerator without significant nutrient loss.
All right. Well.
I'm about to read
You
that
could
3
put both of
times.
those juices in front of me, and I probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drink both of them right now, so it doesn't matter.
I'm gonna embarrass myself if I keep talking.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. It's not like I don't already do that, but all right. Another big word. Micro. Is it just microbial? Okay.
Yeah.
Microbial havens. Despite rigorous cleaning protocols, gym equipment is a hotspot for bacteria.
Oh,
and
I saw
germs.
this one.
Research has found that free weights can have 362 times more bacteria than a toilet seat.
Yes, I saw this one. Good one, Terry. That was a meme.
makes so
I
much
saw that
sense, though,
meme.
really.
Yeah.
Because your butt only touches a toilet seat.
No, because
Your
no one
hands touch everything.
no one washes their hands.
Exactly. That's what I'm
Like
saying.
everybody, you're touching most.
We do so many things with our
A
hands.
lot of people in the
all
gym don't
time.
wash their hands.
We
So
put
whether
pants
it's
on for the
I've
day.
watched people blow their nose and go right back to their set, or
I
it's
literally,
like
Don't get
this
me
morning,
started.
Yeah.
like I wiped my mouth. I was walking up to the gym at Carbon Nations, and I was walking and I wiped my mouth because I just drank a protein shake and I didn't want the chocolate on the sides. I wiped my mouth and I reached for the door and I realized, wait, I just wiped the door with that hand.
Yeah.
It's like I think about that, but
Yeah.
no, the gyms are gross.
Yeah, very.
I think that's why, like,
you gotta wash your hands before
how,
and
like,
after.
when kids eat off the floor, like their immune systems get stronger. And that's like not like
Yeah.
like
I mean,
not
I
the
wouldn't
worst
like
thing in
lie.
the world.
If it's something good, I will. I'll grab
It's not
it.
the worst thing in the world.
corny
I actually, a doctor told me that. It's like, it's not the worst thing in the world to like, toughen your immune system up a little bit. So I think about like when I'm like having my classes or my clients stretch on the floor and they're like, okay, take a deep breath. And they're literally like face to the floor. And I'm like, should I tell them to like,
Yeah, I am. Me
no,
too.
they're going to be stronger. They're going to be
Child,
okay.
don't be
Yeah,
dripping on
yeah.
all my stuff.
Yeah, because it's visual. Like if I see it, it's like that's honestly. I know I'm in the minority of this, but that's why I don't like dogs in the gym. If I see a dog pee in the gym, I'll never be on the floor again.
They're gonna do
this
it.
hair, because dogs gonna do it. They're gonna get nervous. They're gonna leak. Something's gonna happen. That's like, just I'm like, that's not sanitary, guys.
To bring my dog
I get,
I was like,
I get it. I know.
Well, that's why staph infection breaks out in gyms. You know, like you hear about that
because of dogs
happening all the time.
I'm just playing. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
All
because of all the bacteria. So you have something open, all that bacteria gets into it.
Right.
Terry, we want to leave you with the last word. Before we do, though, man. Okay. I want to publicly thank you, one, for showing up today, but for also, and I don't know if you know this, but when my mother passed, you were one of the first people that called me just to say, hey, yo, thinking about you. And not just that day, but you kept checking in. Months and months and months after, because you lost your father as well, and so you know what that felt like, right? And so when everything and everybody got quiet, you kept checking in. So I just want to tell you thank you, and I appreciate you. Appreciate you for that.
Do that.
Yeah, or just don't think about it.
Yeah,
you realize how many people like are not. It's not necessarily that people are bad or anything, but people, you know, it didn't happen to them. You know?
Yeah, so and we didn't talk today or anything like that. It was just like, yo, I heard about what's going on. Just want to check in.
Huge.
Like,
and that's when you lose 100%. Somebody, we all can relate to loss, and like very few people can do that. You know, and you realize like, wow, like I have people. Very few. I can count them on my hand.
Same.
You know?
Same.
When you get support, it's easy to give it.
Yeah,
I have it all around.
Yeah.
So I just want to rub it off on other people.
That's perfect. I'm gonna pause you on that, but I heard what you said. I want to rub it off on other people, but
I love that. You're the right kind of people in this
I want to leave you with the last word. It can be about definitely tell people where they can find you, but you know, it can be about fitness. It doesn't have to be fitness. It can be life. It can be motivation. Whatever it is, this is your time. One-on-one with the camera.
I'm gonna keep it simple. Don't wait. Don't wait to start your fitness journey. Don't wait to start that business. Don't wait to leave that company. Don't wait to leave that unhealthy relationship. Don't wait to start church. Don't wait to find more out about God. Don't wait to mend those broken relationships. Just don't wait. I've lost a lot of people, and life has taught me it is extremely short, but death is extremely long. So do not wait. No, nothing belongs on the back burner.
I needed to hear that. Thank you for saying that.
That's my message. You guys can find me at 5346 Mount View Road, Antioch, Tennessee. Platforms, Terra Training. Just Google me. Everything you need to know about me will be there.
Just Google me, man. What a flex. Just Google me. I'll be there. I'll be there on that Google.
Let's go.
Thank you guys so much for checking in again. I am your boy, the Gerell Webb. I
am Sav. Tara, thank you so much.
Thank you guys for having me.
And we'll see you guys next time you press play.